Good afternoon to everybody present here. We were doing the chapter 4 of geography, that is agriculture. So let us continue with the same chapter. Now today we are going to study about some problems which are faced by farmers in India. So let us discuss these problems. You have already studied about law of inheritance, under which large land farms through division of property over several generations is reduced to small piece of land. So generation after generation, you can see that a very large piece of land is getting reduced to small pieces of land. Farmers on these small plot of land use primitive methods of agriculture. So this is the first problem that they face. Beside this, irrigation methods are developed in some parts of India. You cannot find irrigation facilities in all the parts. Therefore, the farmers in large part of the country, they are still dependent on monsoon. And they are also dependent on the natural fertility of the soil to grow different type of crops. So this is another problem that the farmers face. Also, to buy seeds every year and various other inputs required for farming, the farmers, they take loan from local money lenders who charge high rate of interest. These farmers, they could not go to bank. The bank offered loan to them at low rate of interest. But these small farmers, poor farmers, they could not go to the bank because they do not have any collateral against which they can get loan. Moreover, these people are not very literate to do all the formalities that are done in bank. So therefore, taking loan from money lenders is easy, though they charge very high rate of, though they give them loan at very high rate of interest. All right. Some other problems, like every year, the farmers, they pray for their good crop, and they have no way to ensure their crop against destruction that can be through fire, drought, flood, and disease. So this is another problem which is faced by them. So these problems are faced by farmers in India for centuries, and these problems leads to poor yield. There are many farmers today, they have abandoned agriculture and they have started doing some other vocation. This is really not good for a country like India, because India is a vast country and we have to feed the large population of such a vast country. So therefore, realizing the importance of new technology and institution to improve the lot of farmers, the government in India has taken various steps after independence, which could improve agriculture. There are various technological and institutional reforms which are introduced in our country after independence. The land reforms. Now, these land reforms, they were initiated in the first 5-year plans. And their main aim was to abolish the zamindari system and consolidate land holdings. What is consolidation of land holding? It means combining adjacent small fields into single large farm, encouraging individual landowners to do cooperative farming. The yield on a large piece of land could be much higher in comparison to producing crops on smaller pieces of land. Beside this, the government of India introduced major agricultural reforms in 1960 and 1970, which is known as Green Revolution. Green Revolution, what are the main highlights of it? The main highlights are providing high yielding variety of seeds, fertilizers to the farmers, and developing large scale irrigation facilities to allow them to grow more than 2 or 3 crops in a year. Also, you can see this is providing high yielding variety seeds, providing fertilizers to the farmers. At the same time, there was also White Revolution, which was the biggest dairy development movement. So these are some of the methods which were adopted by the government to improve farming practice in India. Then it was observed that these benefits could not be reached by all the people. Of course, many people got the benefit from these reforms which were introduced by government, but everybody could not achieve it. And therefore, a few areas in the country who could not receive the benefits from these reforms, for them, the government launched a comprehensive land development program in 1980s and 1990s. Now, what were the main highlights? The main highlights of these programs were insurance cover to farmers against any damage to their crop, that can be against flood, drought, fire, or any other natural calamity. And setting up rural banks and cooperative societies to provide easy loans to the farmers at low rate of interest. Beside this, the government also started broadcasting radio and television programs to educate farmers about new techniques of agriculture and give them prior warning about weather conditions. So you know that new technologies are being developed day by day. So these poor farmers, they were taught through radio and television about the new techniques which were introduced by the government. Also, to stop the exploitation by middlemen. You know, the farmers, they used to sell their crops to the middlemen, and then these middlemen at higher rates, they used to sell the crops further. Now, in order to stop the exploitation of the farmers by the middlemen, the government announced MSP, that is minimum support price. Minimum support price is the price or a pre-announced price at which the government will buy the crops from the farmers directly. And this price was higher than the price which was paid by middlemen. So in this way, the government also made efforts to stop the exploitation of the farmers by the middlemen. Yes. Then the government also launched personal benefit scheme for the farmers. Now, what kind of personal benefit schemes? Like Kisan Credit Card. What is Kisan Credit Card? That enable farmers to have quick and timely access to affordable credit. Personal accident insurance schemes, etc. So the government of India launched several programs for improving condition of the farmers. I hope the topic is clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mansi, you can start.